Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here in Boulder Canyon. I am just going to bring a little bit of food up round here to the cattle so that we can feed them, and then we've got, well, there's a little bit of food over there needed for the sheep, but a little bit of cleaning, needed for the sheep, so we're going to skip over and we're also going to do that. There's not very much. There's only like a little bit that has just very, very recently spawned on here, so it's not going to take a great deal of it. If I go into here like this, the pigs that we've got, I've sort of been getting the feedback from these. It does look like the different foods get used up at a different rate. So we go and put 10 days worth of food in for them, and then they should be used up at a different rate across the 10 days. I'm hoping that's the case, because that means then we're not going to have such major issues with getting all of the grain in for them. We still might have to change how we're doing things with the fields over there. And, I mean, the only thing that we're really going to have to change with the fields is just do that field up there. Instead of keeping it as grass, we're going to have to turn that one into a crop field as well. But in order to be able to do that, in order to be able to make that worthwhile, we're going to need to get a bigger combine. The other stuff that we've got will probably be alright, but we will end up needing a bigger combine to be able to do that properly. Right, there is food gone into there. We ought to put a little bit of, put a few bales in for the, sheep. We'll put a few bales in for the sheep. We'll put a few bales in there, and then once we've done that, we will also get the straw blower, and we will put some straw in for the sheep, and, I mean, I guess we could put a few more in for the cows as well. I wasn't all that concerned about putting in for the cows. Actually, I don't want the manure fork. I'm going to go with the actual bale spike, which is this one over here. So we get that one on there. There we go. No, that's the pallet fork. Wrong one. I'll get there eventually. I'm going to try on all of the different ones here for size. We'll see what we can do with all of them. There we go. That's better. So we get that one on right there, and this one on the back so that we can counterweight the bales that we're using, and then we'll bring it on round. I'm not sure if pigs can have straw just put in loose. The bales dropped in. I don't think they can. I don't think you can put a bale in loose for the pigs. What we could do is not use the bale shredder. We could use a forage wagon or something like that instead. That would be one way of doing it. I'm not sure that I actually want to do that, but it is one option that we've got if this doesn't work. I think that you can't just dump bales of straw in for the pigs. I think it works exactly the same way as the cattle do over there. I think you've actually got to blow the straw in, which to me is very disappointing. I don't think that it should do that. No, we can't. We have to actually put them in properly. Right, well, that means we've got to go and get the straw blower and bring it over and then stick some bales into it. So we'll do that a second. I'm going to leave that one there, and I'm going to... actually, you know what? We'll go back to this one a second, and we will go and get some more silage, total mixed ration. Put a bit more of that into the trailer and take another load of this up there for the cattle. We've got more straw in the field that is growing. We're running low on straw, so we've got more that is now growing. And once that has growed all the way up, there we go, 447,000. Once that has grown, we will have a bit more straw in there. But that's when I'm thinking that that could be the last crop that we do off of that field up there. We've got a lot of hay. We've got enough hay to see us through. We don't actually need any more. Alright, we have actually got enough to see us right through until the end. At least I believe we do. We've got enough to feed the sheep and to feed the cattle in the pen in there. with the total mixed ration. It just needs to mix up with the total mixed ration, and we've got that bit covered. What we don't have enough silage at the moment. We definitely need another round of silage to be able to just finish that off. And then after that, we could, like, we were going to be using the next round of silage to... Although I've got a lot of silage now. I've actually got a lot put back. So this... I've got it down in the machine down over there. Instead of sort of being elsewhere, we filled that one up just about with silage. I mean, yeah, it's only looking like it's half full at the moment. So we could get some bales for keeping and some bales for putting in there. Don't know how well that would work. I'm going to bring this one over this side. I mean, yeah, I've only got like 6 bales of silage there. No, 12 bales of silage. 12 bales of silage right there. Then I want to jump over to this one here and get the straw put into our machine over this side. Stack up a few bales. That one's just popped off, which is probably not going to be very helpful, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So let's bring you round like this. I'll put this one in. A few people said that they wanted me to be loading this one properly rather than using the auto load that I keep doing with this, like the little auto load trick with this one. So I'm gonna load it properly a few times. I'm not going to be doing this all the time, but I will consent and I will do this a few times. This is going to get tedious and dull and boring, and no one's gonna really want to watch this for the number of times that we're going to have to do it in order to be able to keep the cattle and the pigs completely loaded up with straw, which is why I didn't want to do it in the first place. It's why I didn't want to be loading them up like this, just because of how long it actually takes. Just bring you over here, like that. See, it's not an easy thing to go and do. It takes quite a long time to actually get the whole thing in place like this. There, I've got 3 in there so far. I could go and stack another couple. Round bales do go in a lot easier. If you've got round bales, they do stack in there a lot easier than these bales do. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to try and stack up 6 bales. Try and get 6 bales into it and try and stack them up. And then I'll put some in for the pigs, and I'll put some in for the cows. Let's see if we can do this. I am keyboard steering, so it does not make life... It doesn't make life very easy doing keyboard steering with this, because you've got to do it very, very slowly and carefully. Just like nudge it around a bit as you go. And I've got a joystick for doing the controls. I'm not doing that on the mouse. That does make it a little bit easier. Is that gonna fit? Yeah, that's gonna fit. Now we just have to make sure that they sit square so that the bales don't fall off. Then, of course, I've actually got to get the bales to stay there in that great big tower. Oop. Okay, that's not quite what I wanted. See if I can nudge that over. Unfortunately, the bales move by themselves quite a bit with the way that game physics work. Right. We'll leave it like that for a minute. Let's just leave you there for a second, and we will jump over to the other tractor. Actually, let's go back to that one there. I'll run this one around to the cows again, and we'll get that one unloading. Then I will go and get that straw blower, and we'll run it over next to the pigs, and we'll blow in all the straw that we can put in there. And then we will run it over to the cows, and we'll blow a little bit of straw in for the cows at the same time. So we bring you over this way and stop you right there. Unload total mixed ration. So that is giving us, at the moment, the sheep I haven't gone back to. 230 I've got in there. We're not far off of having those completely full, and the cows here, we're not far off of having those full as well. They'll take a little bit of straw in there. Pigs need straw. And this is the bit that's it's just an obscene, utterly obscene amounts of food that is required. The pigs, anyone would think that they were pigs. The amount of food that has gone in there. It is absolutely insane. Now, is that stack going to stay where it is? I'm hoping we can do this. It's a little bit delicate, this great stack that we've got like this. But I'm hoping it's going to work. Now, I don't know how much we're going to need to put in for the pigs. I think we will be using at least one bale. So let's start that one going. There we go. There's going to be at least one bale in here. Whether or not we will use up two, I'm not sure. I reckon it will be the same quantity of straw as there is water in here. I mean, we can have a quick look in here and get an idea. 3,000. Oh, no. No, it's going to be more straw than water in there. We've got almost 10,000 litres of water. I reckon there's going to be quite a bit more straw is needed. We can move that around a bit like that. There. Right, well, there's one bale, just about done. 1,000 litres left. So it's actually, I mean, technically, there's 2 bales worth. And boom, there's one done. And it's immediately gone on to using up the second one as well. That's 10,000 litres of straw coming in now. That is now 10,000 litres of straw gone in. And it's still ticking up. Still filling up. It's now looking like it's a lot closer to being full. We're in 12,000 now. And still going. Is it going to be 16,000? Is it going to actually use up 2 complete bales in here? Not far off. 1,000 to go. Right, it's just 1,000 to go. So it's actually 15,000. 15,000 litres of straw for 50 pigs. But that's not too bad, I suppose. That's not too bad. That's 2 bales worth that we've just stuck in there. Those bales are going to fall over. That one there being on the edge. They're going to fall over, which I suspect means that once I dump the... I'm going to bring it right out here as far out on this end as I can. Ooh. If I brake a little bit hard... Is that going to straighten that bale out? I'm hoping that what it's going to do is it's going to allow that bale to drop down properly. No, don't fall out. Oh. This is what things like this really, really irritate me. Like, now, we can't do anything with those bales. We have to... Well, I suppose it's like real life, technically, isn't it? You know, you drop the bales on the ground. You then got to go and pick them up. But, yeah. We wouldn't... I don't think we'd be using quite this much straw in real life for 100 cows. We'd be using a little bit less straw than we're using in this game. I'm going to grab 3 bales, if I can. Let's try and straighten those down a little bit like that, and go in there. Right, 3 bales. Just nudge out the way a little bit like that. There we go. Right, slowly does it. And bring our 3. Got the weight on the back, which is helping to offset them, but I've still got to try and get round a corner using keyboard steering, which is not an easy thing to go and do. Not when you've got a stack of bales like this. Just need to get over to the sheep, and then they'll come off, and that'll be fine. Right, there we go. Right, we've dropped those 2 into there. I'll drop this one in as well. That should be everything I need in for the sheep for a little while. Well, not quite full, but close enough. That's absolutely fine. And the pigs are all full. The cows, we're still wanting some more straw in for them. So let's just jump back that way. Put another one into there, and then we'll go with this one, and we'll see if we can pick up those bales and drop them back into the bale shredder over here. And then once we've done that, there's not a lot else that we really want to do. Like, I've done everything that I need to do around the yards. We could put a little bit more mixed feed in for the cattle. That would certainly help them a little bit, but it's not like an essential. Really, I want to get time ticking forward and deal with the next things that are happening. So if we do, I'll start speeding time up like that. That one's still flowing through there. You here, you've emptied out, so now cows are 387. I'm going to go and get another load. I'm going to keep doing this with this one. I'm going to while we've got a bit of time, I'm going to keep putting in as much of this as I possibly can. Silage and hay on this one have both got stuff in them. I got 36,000 litres of hay, and I've still got 220,000 litres of silage. I've also got 400,000 litres of mixed rations. So hay we could do with bringing a bit more over and putting it in. We don't need to go and make any more. So again, it is looking like we've got enough food and everything for the cows to be able to do what we want. The issue is going to be with the pigs' food. Now, right now, I've got 30,000 litres of beans spare. We've not got a lot in the way of cereals, and we've got 96,000 litres of corn. So we're all right for corn. I mean, really, we need to do another harvest of corn. So I'm thinking we do our cereal crop. We've got those. Then we do corn again so that we get some more of that. And then we will do beans or canola. I think beans give slightly more volume than canola. I'm not sure, though. But I am thinking that ploughing up that big field there and turning that one into an arable field would be a good idea, apart from the fact that it's... Well, we have to have a bigger combine. To be able to do that, we've got to have a bigger combine. The combine we've got is small, but it's kind of okay for the field we've got, because it takes about the same amount of time to do the harvest on there as it does to deal with the grass field. So they complement each other at the moment. But if we want to go bigger than that, then we're going to need to do something different. So we've got the class, that's 145,000, that one. Really, we want to be looking at doing an upgrade. We've got this one, the Massey Ferguson Activa there, which is 200,000. And if I back out of there and I go into this one, the first Massey Ferguson header is that one at 7.6 meters. Not sure that that's the one that we really want. I mean, you right here, this is 4.3 meters, so it's nearly double the size. If I was to go for it, I kind of like the idea of having this one. We got a Draper Stream 900. It's a 9-meter header right there for the Russell mash. And then if you go into the actual harvesters here, it's that Russell mash right there, which is the DS 900. It's a $300,000 combine. It's got 10,500 tank. There's a 9-meter header on it. And then the headers right in here. So, yeah, it's that one there, the DS 900. Draper Stream 900 right there. And the Helianthus, it's designed for that header there for the sunflowers, which would be pretty good. It doesn't take any of these, like these really big ones. It's not designed for any of those. And then corn headers here. We'd be looking at probably the HS12, which is another 9-meter header. So again, it is an upgrade. It's quite an upgrade, actually. That one is a 6-meter header. We're using something like that one at the moment, aren't we? 3.4 meters. I think that is the one that which one are we using? Yeah, we're using that one. That's only a 3-meter. This one here would be 6 meters. That would be a vast improvement. But it'd be that one there that we go for, the HS12, a 9-meter header. That's 67,000. Then the header in here, I would want that Draper right there so that we don't have to worry about any kind of trailer to go with it. It would make life a lot easier to use that one. That's 9 meters as well. That's 58,000. So we're looking at over 100,000 just for those two. And then the combine itself is 300. That one right there. We could do the John Deere setup. That's a little bit smaller, a little bit cheaper. It's 285 right there. 285,000 with a 10,000 litre capacity tank, which is pretty good. The combine, it would be that header right there. That's a 9-meter header. That would be the one that we'd want for it. S790. I think we've got this right, haven't we? Oh, no, I'm looking at... That's the S790. I'm looking at this one here. This one Wait a minute. Headers, the 608. What's a 6-meter header? It's not really designed for the 9-meter header on there. What about the standard headers then? For the John Deere. That one there would be the T560. And then you got that one all the way up there. So we're looking at a 7.6-meter header. I don't think we'd want that. That's too small. If we're going to go for this massive upgrade, then I think we want to be looking at something like that one. That's the sort of upgrade that we want. Right. I've actually completely just like left everything going, but ticking over on fast speed. So we've gone well past midnight. We're now on minus $8,000, which is not ideal, but we should have some money coming in soon. Obviously we'll have the money coming in the morning. I shouldn't be driving around like this at the moment. It's not that I was looking for. We've got wool. 1,069 for wool. Currently we're 2,000. So if in the morning it's still alright, I'm just going to move this one back down here because I meant to do that before we went to sleep. And so that one can be filling up again. We're not supposed to be working at night time. So we'll leave that one over there. And this one over this side was unloading straw. So if we look in the cows, we can unload some more straw. We can unload the straw into there. We'll keep that one going. And then I got one more bale I'll want to put in a little bit. But I'll do that when it is actually daylight. You know, I suppose it doesn't really matter. I spent a lot of time looking into the different machines that we've got there on offer. So, you know, I think we can just kind of have a not quite follow the rules night. Let's go over here. We'll just pop that one in there like that. Oops. Definitely don't want to pop it in there like that. I want this one to drop in there. There we go. Right, so we have loaded those up. This one now, the bale spike, I need to go and move this. I want to go and take this one around over this way. And morning is on its way. You can see the mists coming in over the around the mountains there. Actually, I really like that. The really early morning mists right there. That looks very, very cool. I like that. That is a very, very cool thing to see. That is very awesome. Anyway, once we get to morning, we will obviously have our milk that we want to sell. It is going to be hoofing it down with rain. We've got a few other bits and pieces that we'll be doing as well. I don't want to be using the bale spike. We want to be doing the trailer load up for the stuff with the cows. Oops, I want to keep the front weight on there. I'm going to take the bale spike off. And then I want to put the bucket on so that I can go and clear things up. So it's 8 o'clock in the evening. It's 7 o'clock in the morning we're supposed to go to. So we can stop you right there. We're loaded up. And we drop that down to 1 times speed like that. Because it's 7 o'clock in the morning. We need to go and sell our milk. Let's just have a look at what we're going to get for stuff. Wool, we can sell eggs at 2,000. I can't remember what the egg prices were previously. I've got no recollection of those at all. But the wool, definitely. And the milk, we're going to be getting $1,000 per 1,000 litres, which isn't too bad, I don't think. Cattle are providing us today with 25,000 litres of milk. So that is about $25,000 that we've got coming in for our milk, which we can't really complain at. We've got 178 cows. We're already up to 56 pigs, which is pretty good. They're already climbing in numbers, and we're on 235 sheep on this fine morning. So let's go and do this. We won't be harvesting today. It is just once we've sold the milk and we've sold the wool at the current price, we will then fast forward until tomorrow so that we can get our harvest underway. Now, what we will have is the grain down here being harvested with the combine that we've got. The tractor will have a front-mounted mower, and then the round baler will go on the back, although we'll do twice round the field first. Twice round the field with the 3 mowers on, and we'll leave it in a row, and then we will go round and bale all that up, and then we maybe do 3 times round the field, And then once we've done all of that, we will then go back through and let me just bring it up to there and start loading up our 25,000 litres of milk. Once we've done that, we will then... So, yeah, I'll say probably 3 times round, because that will allow the baler and that to turn. Then we can let the hired help go, and they should be able to bale up the entire field with our round baler and front-mounted mower. And that should just keep going by itself. And in theory, that should be faster than our setup that we had previously with the square baler doing the exact same job. Because we don't have to go along afterwards and do any wrapping. That's the theory behind this. Should work, and hopefully it will work well. And then we have to make the decision as to whether or not we're going to plow up the field and have more crop. I mean, we can't do that until we buy a bigger combine. It's just not going to be a viable option until we have a bigger combine. So we can stick with what we've got here at the moment till we can afford this combine upgrade. And yes, I suppose if I don't go and buy any more pigs immediately, we could save up right now and start working towards that. But I kind of want to up our pig numbers to about 100 pigs before I do anything else. So we've got $18,000 here right now. And I'm about to go and load up all the wool and sell that. And that's going to be a reasonable amount of money that we get from the wool. Plus, then tomorrow we'll have silage bales that we'll be selling. I'll put a little bit of silage into the mixed feeder machine. But I don't think we're going to want to put all that much in there, to be honest. Not even a trailer load is going to want to go in there. So that's going to free up more that we'll be able to sell in the shop, which will be more money coming in. And a few people did think that we would end up having to create a new field here. I don't think we will. I think we will get away without having to make a new field. I really do. Right, I want to unhitch that one. We've still got time on 1 speed. I've just got to go and load up those pallets of wool over there. Once I've got the pallets of wool loaded up and sold, we can then go back to 5 speed. We've got quite a bit of eggs over that way, but I genuinely can't remember what a good price is for eggs at the moment. Now, we're on to... So I will keep an eye on it. Right now, we're on 2,200 for eggs. But I'm not sure if that's a good price or not. Let me put that one onto load. I think we're loading pallets. No, we're not. Right, fine. Let's turn that one off then. We're on round bales. Mission pallets, egg boxes, cotton modules, pallets. That's the one that I want. And load those. Load those right there. So stop loading. Unload onto the trailer and put the straps on. Looks like I got 4 completely full pallets and then 2 half pallets. So we're looking at the equivalent of around about 5 pallets of wool at 10,000 litres per pallet. There's 50,000 litres of wool, so that should be around about $50,000 that we've got coming in right here for the wool. Thereabouts. It's not an exact science, but it's pretty close. So we're going to empty out all of that lot right there. $52,000 for wool just coming in right there. Right, we've got to go back. No, not 5 speed yet. I haven't unloaded these. We'll end up with a spawn of a wool pallet over that side, which I really, really don't want. We'll bring the trailer up over this side. Let's stop you right there a second and load it onto here. And then I put that one out like that so that I can line it up correctly. Bring you in. And you've got to do it so that that bit goes just to the front like that and not overlap it at all. And then the pallets sit in absolutely spot on perfect. Right. Now I can come around this way. Now I can put it back onto 5 speed like this. It's going to have... I mean, how much have we got in the way of eggs over here? Looking at this, we got part box there. That one is full. Oh, I haven't got that much, actually. I've got the equivalent of barely 2 pallets here. I've barely got 2 pallets. I mean, yes, $2,000 per 1,000 litres. We're looking at, from 2 full pallets, close to 40 grand, which is... That's not too shabby, really. Close to $40,000. That's not to be sniffed at, but we could do better. We could definitely do better. I'm going to take this one here now, and I'm going to run it up to the cows and tip it out. And then we will pick up the silage that is spilled in front of the cows using our tractor and loader over there. And now, do I go and buy more pigs right now? I'm very tempted. I'm thinking more pigs right now. Push them up so that we've got 100 pigs at least. And then... You know what? We're going to. I'm going to run over this way and I'm going to buy some more pigs. I've got a load of food out the front as there's food been spilled right there. So I'm going to go into here and I want to buy more pigs. So we've got blacks in here. We want more blacks. I'm going to get as many of these as I can. Well, not as many as I can. Keep an eye on the price. I want to have a spare 20 grand thereabouts. So I'll bring in like that. That gives me 90 pigs, and I've just under 20 grand by doing that. I'm going to confirm that right there. 51,000 in new livestock. So now we've got lots of pigs in here. Go into there. 235 sheep. So we got 15 sheep to go until we've got a completely full pen. Chickens, the pen is completely full. I could go and sell a few of those. We don't get much, though. It's just not worth the bother. 22 cows to go. They're looking pretty good. We could put a bit more straw in for them. It won't take very long. And the total mixed ration is slowly filling up. And now we've got 90 pigs in here. It's saying reproduction rate 3 hours there. It's not actually going to be 3 hours. It's going to be less than that. We just need to let time go forward a little bit to establish exactly what that's going to be, but we'll deal with that in a minute. I want to go to EU and unload another bale. I've only got 1 bale in here. There is only that 1 bale in this tractor, in this machine, and then that's going to be it. That's everything. I'll leave that where it is. We could do with loading a bit more in so that we could go and chuck some in for the pigs. Handling the bales like this is tedious and time consuming. I'm seriously tempted to make the bales bigger. So we got 12,000 litres per bale, except that I did say originally I wasn't going to do that because, 8,000 is sort of pushing the limit of what we could do with a hardcore that's supposed to be at least semi-realistic series. 12,000 litres would be a bit much. So I won't go to 12,000 litres on the bale capacities. If I bring that trailer over to there, like that, then go back to this one. You're all done now. I'm just going to shut you off there for a second, and I won't do anything with you. Let's do the loading up this side. I've just about run out of time for today's episode. In fact, I think I have run out of time for today's episode. So we're going to just put a bucket of this in here, and then we'll have to come back in tomorrow's episode, carry on with this. This is the thing, now we've got so many animals, we are going to be spending a bit of time each day having to deal with the animals. And, well, that just sort of goes with the territory. Whereas before, our time-consuming stuff was doing the logging, now our time-consuming stuff is caring for the livestock, in between having to do more... Right. I should probably not have scooped that up quite so quickly. Yeah, in between having to, getting the crops and that going. So, yeah, it's still working. We're still doing a grand job here. It's just that we are having to spend quite a bit of time doing stuff like this. Because I don't want to waste this silage. And if I stick it in for the cows, that is completely and totally wasted. It will never be used. And I could put hundreds of thousands of litres in there. I don't need to fill up the lower levels of the troughs for the cattle because they don't actually use it. So that's not required. In order to be able to finish everything, that is definitely not required. What is required is to fill up the bits they're using. So we've got to fill the total mixed ration completely to the brim. We've got to fill the pigs completely to the brim. And the chickens and the sheep as well. The chickens and the sheep won't be a problem. The cows is a time-consuming thing, but that won't be much of a problem. We've got the food available for them. We can do it. The problem is going to be the pigs. That's the one that we're definitely going to struggle with. Now, we've got the food at the moment. I'm pretty sure I am able to go over there and top them up to the current 90 pigs that we've got. I just don't think that I can do very much more than that. Right, I'm going to take this one over to the other animals so that I can start loading some of them up and cleaning them up. I suppose actually I want to get the pigs cleaned up, but we'll... Anyway, I got to go, so let's just check the pigs. Let's have a look. 91 now. An hour and 45 minutes. Every hour and 45 minutes we get a new pig. So we're starting to kick off now with a decent reproduction rate. We're going to be getting 10, 15 pigs per day at this rate. And if we can just push that up a little bit higher, then we're going to be getting a nice lot of pigs coming in, which is fantastic. They will very quickly fill the pen up. That's how the pigs make their money. They breed really fast. But anyway, I've run out of time. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please hit down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.